But I'd like to ask more in the capacity of being a graduate student of TELUS, doing also my master's thesis on exactly the same topic of minimum wage. I just have 4 questions, sir, because I have to keep an open mind because I don't want to be colored by my biases. No? So if minimum wage is costly, why is it that we often hear that labor is cheap in the Philippines? And in 2013 or 2012, I think, I forgot the think tank, I think it's Barclays, I'm not sure if it's Barclays talaga, but they noted that there have been moderate increases in minimum wages in the Philippines in the past 5 years. So that's around from 2007 to 2012 when they released that report. And they said that compared to minimum wage increases in China and Thailand, which have skyrocketed to about 50%, this is the reason why we are seeing recent resurgence of the manufacturing sector in the Philippines. And if I can remember the figures right, in 2012 alone, the manufacturing sector received about $1.7 billion of FDIs, net FDIs in the manufacturing sector. So, second question. Also, when I came from Vietnam last week, and I also heard from our colleagues, our counterparts in Singapore and Malaysia, that they are also moving towards the idea of having their own minimum wage laws. In particular, the Singaporean woman who also comes from their neighborhoods told me that they are also toying with the idea of having a social protection income floor for poor Singaporean workers, na janitors, cleaners, you know. And in that case, why are we exploring the idea of removing the minimum wage? And third question, now it's about compliance. I think personally, I believe that in a way, the wage system in the Philippines is kind of course, imperfect, but I think it balances the demands of both workers and businesses. And of course, we cannot have the best of both worlds, but if we can have the best of both worlds, why not? But in the end, it balances the needs of workers and enterprises in that regard. So can we not work with the bank below in terms of ensuring minimum wage exemptions for poor businesses and small enterprises? Baka mamaya, one of the reasons why lumalaking informal sectors, even though they want to apply for minimum wage exemptions, sandamukal naman na regulatory documents sa kanilang kailangan proseso, hindi lang sa national government, kundi pati sa local government, because we all know that the Philippines has a tendency to regulate and tax and control everything, which is a throwback to the Marcosian days pa rin. So now we have to provide, subsidize everything. And lastly, part of the third question ko po, can you not also explore the idea of rethinking or reorienting the conditional cash transfer in terms of giving it as a subsidy to smaller firms and businesses to ensure that they can pay minimum wage for a specific period of time or years? I think I asked this question to Senator Bam Aquino in one forum, and he told me that one think tank also suggested that, but it's just a proposal, open discussion. And also, in terms of messaging, I think one of the reasons why people are doing that is because it appears that we are moving towards the abolition of the minimum wage. But when in fact, what we are trying to reform or rethink are actually minimum wage regulations, laws, and statutes. I think we have to be clear on this. We must remind people that whether there will be a law or not, there will always be a minimum wage determined by the market and the workers. And last point, I don't think there should be intention to do the right to work and the right to have a living or decent wage, because those two are complementary. Those two are intertwined, because sabi nga sa scriptures, ikaw are all Catholic Christians naman, Luke 10:17, the worker deserves his just wages. And so